Good morning. Welcome to day 2 of Ignite. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate your time. I'm Alex Simons. I'm the Corporate Vice President of Program Management for Microsoft's Identity Division, and I'm so excited to be here today. First of all, who would have ever thought there'd be thousands and thousands of people who wanted to talk about identity stuff, right? That's crazy. Just insane. But we have so much new stuff to show you, so many new things. I can't even keep track of them all. In fact, we were changing the slides until just about 15 minutes ago. I'm not even sure what's all in this slide deck. You're going to get to see with me as we go what the heck we're learning about here. It's just a really, really fun time for us in the Identity Division because we live in this amazing era. Oh, there's my title. There we go. We live in this amazing era of digital transformation, and identity is really at the core of this. As I go around the world meeting with governments, meeting with large enterprise customers, meeting with educational institutions, everybody's asking themselves the same set of questions. How do I go about digitally transforming my business? How do I make sure that in my market, I'm the disruptor, not the disrupted? How do I make sure that I can be Amazon, not Barnes & Noble? How do I make sure I can be Expedia and not Cook Travel, right? How do I make sure that I take advantage of these amazing technology trends, the power of the cloud, the proliferation of smart devices, IoT everywhere, and digital identities that are all compatible using open standards? How do I take advantage of those opportunities to reinvent my business, my organization, and the way that we work? And at the very heart of that is your identity system. In a world where your clicker doesn't work, there we go, in a world where most of the interesting innovation is happening in the cloud and outside of your corporate firewall, where your employees, your partners, and your customers all want to be able to digitally interact with you using their phones and their iPads and their smart speakers, how do you have a strong compliance and security regime while being able to take advantage of all these new opportunities in an agile way? You use your identity system. Your identity system in the cloud gives you a control plane that lets you harness all of these capabilities while making sure that the right people can get to the right resources, but the bad guys can't. How do we do this? Well, our first big bet is everything in Azure Active Directory is open standards based, right? Like, this is a key principle for us, that there's no way to interact with the directory that isn't based on some open standard. Microsoft is betting huge on the OAuth 2 and OpenID Connect standards. All of our modern clients, Outlook, Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Teams, even all of the Azure front end are all built using OAuth and OpenID Connect. In fact, on a given day, Nadim's going to talk some about our volumes later, but on a given day, 96 to 98% of all of our authentication and authorization traffic is done using OpenID and OAuth 2. In fact, if you go look at the specifications for those, in many cases, the primary author of those specifications is Mike Jones. He works on our team, right? Like, we really believe in these standards. We're going to talk some about passwordless authentication. All of our work on passwordless authentication is done based on the FIDO2 set of standards. That's another really big set of work across the whole industry to bring us strong passwordless authentication across all kinds of platforms. We extensively use SCIM as our provisioning system. That might be the least known of the standards I have up here, but that's a great open standard for doing kind of automating your joiner, mover, lever process across applications. And then all of our APIs are RESTful JSON-based APIs that adhere to the OData 4 standard. So we really deeply believe in this open standards-based approach because we know that all of our customers are inherently heterogeneous. You're not going to have just Microsoft stuff. You're going to have stuff from everybody. You're going to have lots of devices, lots of cloud platforms. You're going to have hybrid. You're going to have cloud. You're going to have all kinds of developer tools as well. And we want to make sure that we can support all of those environments, not just the Microsoft environment. As Joy talked about in her keynote yesterday, it's really a system that's from Microsoft, but it's not just for Microsoft. It's for your whole heterogeneous enterprise. This approach has worked really well. Our market acceptance has been awesome. In fact, I remember when we got to our first 10 million active users, I was so excited. I never dreamed we'd get to the point where we now have 250 million active users, by far and away the largest enterprise identity system in the whole world, and more than 100,000 enterprise customers. Right? It's just a gigantic system. Nadeem is, my partner in crime, Nadeem Abdo, is going to come up later and share some statistics with you about how big the service is. I think it's just going to blow your mind. Now, today what I want to do is I want to walk you through 3 different sets of topics that will help us, give us a really good framework for talking about all the new things that are coming, or that are available now even. The first one is all of the amazing options we have for managing your identities in the cloud. How do we get identities into the directory is one of the first key questions you always have to answer. The next one is, hey, how do we hook up all of our apps and resources? So we're going to spend a bunch of time talking about that. And then, of course, if you're putting all your apps and resources hooked up to one service, boy, it better be highly reliable and it better be super secure. So we're going to talk to you about all of those as well. So let's start with getting all of your identities into the cloud. One of our core precepts is that we want to give you a complete integrated solution. Unfortunately, most enterprise customers in the world live at, oops, I clicked past my joke. Most enterprise customers in the world live in an on-premise world like this, where you wired together some directories and a Federation server and an IAM server, and maybe you have an MFA service that you were using, and if the ball fell on the duck's head and the duck went across the pond and got to the other side and kicked off the fan and the fan blew the airplane, you might get a user provisioned. Right? That's kind of what everybody's on-premise identity systems look like. We want to get rid of this in the cloud. We want to give you one easy, simple, integrated solution in the cloud. So we keep working on filling out this entire map of capabilities, and we're happy to share this with you in a printed form if you want, or take pictures. But this is our entire roadmap of the modules and the feature sets that we're working on across all of our capabilities to make sure you have one simple integrated IAM solution in the cloud that can meet all of your needs and no longer needing to duct tape that all together. At the very core of that, though, is this question you have to figure out. Where am I going to get my user data from? Right, up until now, we kind of had 3 solutions, right? So you could type it in using the UX. You could use PowerShell to provision users, or most of you probably use Azure AD Connect Sync to be able to synchronize from your on-premise Active Directory. Those are the 3 mainstream options that we've had up until now. But now we're greatly enhancing and adding on new capabilities. Just a month ago, we turned on, for the first time, the ability to just upload a CSV file. This went crazy on Twitter. I couldn't believe how popular uploading a CSV file was. Right? But this gives you the ability to import and export from all kinds of different systems, obviously. But more interestingly, we're seeing the rise of cloud HR systems as the source of truth for identity now. We have really great integrations with Workday, and Workday is kind of the leading cloud HR system. You can provision users in from Workday to Azure AD depending on their state, and then we can provision those back to Active Directory on-premise, but also out to all of the applications that you've hooked up to Azure AD as well. But I'm happy to let you know that today we're announcing the public preview of support for SAP SuccessFactors as well. And we've begun the development with Oracle to hook up Oracle HCM in the cloud so that you'll be able to provision from Workday, SuccessFactors, or Oracle HCM in the cloud. In addition, we'll have an open endpoint to add on new HR systems as well. This then gives you a way to automate your whole joiner, mover, leaver process that's entirely cloud-based without having to do all the crazy on-premise wiring that we traditionally had to do in this market. But again, once you've done that, what do you want to do? You've got all those users in. You want to provision them to your Active Directory or to your or to your cloud apps. But in addition, we have a really great system for provisioning using the SCIM standard. We use this today to provision to a lot of big cloud apps. For instance, Workplace by Facebook, Slack. Right? Those are 2 of the biggest apps we use with SCIM. We provision many, many millions of users every month using the SCIM provisioning system. But we also have an open SCIM endpoint so that any service or application you have that wants to be a SCIM client can use it to provision to applications back on premise. This is a great way to take and get some of your legacy apps potentially hooked up as well. But I'm happy to let you know that this spring we'll also be shipping a whole set of pre-built on-premise connectors that those SCIM endpoints can talk to let you get back to a whole variety of existing legacy applications. So this will give you the ability to provision from a cloud HR system into Azure AD and then out to all kinds of different endpoints to really automate that entire joiner, mover, leaver process and maybe get rid of the duck kicking off the fan to make the provisioning system work. Now, the next big piece of news I want to tell you about is Azure AD Connect provisioning. Today, if you run a large enterprise, you probably have this problem. Maybe you've got Azure AD Connect Sync up and running. You're using it to synchronize from a forest on-premise, and you've got a nice Azure AD tenant. But maybe you've acquired some other companies, or you have a department that's somewhere far away. They have their own forest, and you don't have a good solution for how to bring all of those employees and identities up into Azure AD so you can collaborate in Office or things like that. What do you do here, right? Like, what's the solution to the clicker? There we go. What's the solution to this? Well, I'm happy to let you know that we've just turned on the public preview of Azure AD Connect Cloud Provisioning. This is a service that lets you put lightweight connectors in front of all of those disparate forests around the world and be able to synchronize up into your Azure AD tenant. We've taken all of the complexity of sync, so all of the schema mapping, all of the transform logic, any of the deduping that needs to happen, and that now runs in the cloud, so there's no longer the need to have a big on-premise server to run this thing for you. This is a great way, especially for large enterprises, to be able to quickly bring new forests in if you've acquired another company or if you have a division that's someplace far away without needing to set up a huge new sync server and get things running. This is, I think, really quite a breakthrough. The first customer live with this is a large Japanese bank, Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corporation. They have over 200 forests in this kind of state, and they're using the Connect provisioning service to bring them all into one tenant in Azure AD and enable amazing collaboration across the whole Office suite. So this puts you in a really great position in terms of bringing in lots and lots of different kinds of data, lots of different sources for users. But if you're like some of our largest customers, you might have this kind of problem where you have a bunch of frontline workers, or first-line workers we like to call them. These tend to be workers who maybe they work in a store floor, or they're in your factories, maybe they do distribution, they're in a warehouse, things like that. They are only occasionally connected to your systems, but they still need to be able to do a bunch of things, like maybe they want to request shifts. They want to be able to message their coworkers. They want to be able to check their HR benefits, see their pay stubs, things like that. We see a big rise in these kinds of scenarios, but without a great system for managing it. And I'm happy to tell you that in January, we'll turn on a public preview of our first-line worker capabilities. This gives the manager of a first-line worker the ability to easily manage them in a self-service manner. It gives the first-line worker the ability to sign in super simply using their phone number. And then finally, if they need to be able to hand off maybe a shared tablet or something like that, they can globally sign out of all the apps and hand off the tablet to the next person. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Sadie Henry's joined me up on stage here. Sadie is the program manager who drove a lot of the work around our first-line worker capabilities, and she's going to go ahead and show us a cool demo here.
Thanks, Alex. So we're super excited and passionate about the first-line worker world and about empowering first-line workers and first-line managers. And we know it's super challenging for first-line workers to get signed in with a username and password. No one likes to do that. And if they forget those credentials or the credentials change, they have to submit a ticket, they have to call a help desk, it takes a lot of time, and it's challenging for them to get back into the system. So as Alex mentioned, we're working on a couple of new features that make it easy for your first-line workers to get signed in and enable you to delegate credential management to first-line managers so that you don't have to call a help desk or use central help to get that done. Let's see if I can switch the right thing here. So first, let me walk you through My Staff. My Staff is a delegated management experience for first-line managers. That might come up on the screen here if I cross my fingers extra hard. Let's see. Maybe. No. I did press the right button, I promise.
Which machine?
Let's try it. That's the iPad. Oh, that one works. It's not the one I want to show you, though. Oh.
The demo gods
made
can always
I didn't sacrifice enough goats this morning to the demo gods. Wait for it. Almost there. Ah.
There we go. Awesome.
Cool. So in My Staff. Woo.
That's right.
Made it.
In case you're wondering, we don't do screenshot demos. These are real.
No, yes. So in my staff, I am a supervisor at a coffee shop called Fourth Coffee in Seattle. You can see here that I have the location that I manage here. And one of my employees got a new phone number over the weekend, and we need to get that phone number changed in order for her to get back into the system. So instead of having to call someone or wait on hold, I can do that for her in just a couple of taps. So I'm going to open her profile here. You'll see that I can reset her password for her, or even better, I can change her phone number because no one wants to use a password. So I'll set up that new phone number for her here, and then she's ready to go. Now she can sign in with her phone number. Let me show you what that looks like over here. So normally, she'd have to remember a username at a domain no one ever remembers .com and have to remember a password, but instead this employee can sign in with her phone number really quickly. So I'm going to enter that same phone number that we just set up for her over here, and then instead of a password, she's going to get a text message on her phone with a 6-digit code, and she's signed in, ready to go. And she never had to enter or remember a username or a password in order to do that. So we're super excited about this. If you want to learn more about what we're doing in the first-line worker space, please join my session with Steve Ball at 11:30 on Thursday. That's it.
Thanks, Aiden. We're really proud of this work. It's kind of an industry-first approach to getting a whole bunch of employees who have never been able to have digital services delivered to them before in a manner that's very easy to roll out and manage at scale. But of course, we continue to work on some of our existing capabilities as well. If you're a user of Azure AD B2b, you know that we've always been able to invite collaborators from other Azure tenants into our B2B system, but we've been working on expanding our footprint here so that we can cover any kind of identity, not just the ones in our systems. So I'm happy to let you know that today, direct federation in B2B is finally generally available, so any kind of SAML or WS-Fed endpoint, you can hook up and bring in identities from partners there. We have really great federation with anybody who's using a Google ID. So for your small or medium business partners who maybe don't even have a professional identity system, now you can get them in using a Google ID, or I should say a Microsoft account as well. And then finally, for people who have no identity at all, or maybe not one that you trust, you can just send them an email and they'll get a code and be able to sign in using that as well. So a really great way to be able to reach out across any kind of customer or partner who you want to interact with and get them into your system so that you can easily manage the collaboration with them. This is all part of our vision for external identities, where we want to make sure you get a complete system that can manage your employees, your partners, and your customers, all in one coherent system. So let's go ahead and take a look at this really cool video of a customer, Debica. They're using Azure AD B2C to manage their health insurance offerings.
Debica employs more than 8,000 sales representatives as customer consultants. Regardless of all of today's communications, a personable face-to-face conversation with a customer on site is indispensable. We are committed to working cost-efficiently as possible for our customers. That's why we have reduced the need for mobile printers and paper as much as we can. Each customer appointment can require several dozen document pages, but if the customer doesn't sign, it all lands in the trash. So now we have all documentation available in digital form in an online portal. The primary requirement for this portal is establishing an identity for every customer, prospective or already signed. However, till now, we lacked both identity information and the necessary infrastructure. We quickly realized that cloud solution would be ideal for managing identity data. Creating such an extensive infrastructure ourselves would have conflicted with our dedication to cost-effective operations, though. This led us to select Microsoft Azure, because Microsoft offers comprehensive solutions with the protection of personal data, two-factor authentication, or identity management based in the Azure cloud. Azure Active Directory is our cloud-based identity service that handles several billion authentications per day. We can rely on Microsoft products to meet all regulatory requirements concerning compliance, IT security, and data protection. Azure services have no access to Debica systems. What really makes our project special is that we're using a completely cloud-based infrastructure. With Microsoft's Azure-based platform, we need all the prerequisites for individualized customer service online. A first step is a customer portal for our private health insurance members and a secure platform for paperless communication between customers and our company. Debica Insurance customers can log in using their personal email addresses. With the aid of this solution, Debica offers its customers a safe and simple login procedure. Our customers have responded to the central contact point, Debica DE, remarkably well. By the end of the year, all 2.4 million of our private health insurance policyholders will be informed about this platform, and we hope that a large number of them will be using it. Microsoft Azure is the beginning of an intensive cooperation with Microsoft that will grow in the future, because we want to use as many Microsoft Cloud services as possible in order to remain a state-of-the-art service provider for our customers.
It's a great example of a customer using the power of Azure AD to not just empower their employees, but to digitally transform the whole customer experience and letting customers get in and do some amazing self-service things. This is one of the key things that we've learned this year working with customers like them and customers like you, is that having that complete set of capabilities to manage employees, partners, and customers all in one system is super important. And one of the things that we're doing is we're now doing all of the work to completely integrate and remove any of the seams between Azure AD B2C and Azure AD business to employee, what you might think of as Azure AD Premium. We'll have a lot more news for you at Build in May about how this is coming together and how it's going to empower you to use all of the amazing capabilities of our platform. So what's next? We have all kinds of work coming up. I promised you some roadmap stuff. So in the HR and provisioning space, you'll see us continue to add new cloud HR partners, much broader sets of integration, and then, as I said, provisioning to on-premise applications. In the first-line worker space, you'll see us turn on the ability for first-line managers to create identities. The global sign-out capabilities will come for iOS, and then even birthright provisioning so that you can automatically provision the correct applications to your first-line workers. And then finally, we'll continue to push our vision of identities for all, integrating across B2B and B2C so that you can have one system that includes things like conditional access and identity protection for the B2C services. This all will be coming, and we think all of this kind of stuff happens in the next year or so. So now we've got a great system and an increasingly rich way to bring all of your users, all of your employees, customers, and partners into one system. Now we need to give you great ways to get all of your apps in there as well. Now, the first thing is this journey has gone really well. Today, we have 1.4 million applications that authenticated users to Azure AD last month. A tiny part of this is actually Office 365 and Azure. Most of these are applications that somebody like you built. That's over 100% year-over-year growth, and this is an area we spend a ton of time working on. We want to make sure that you can use Azure AD to manage your entire estate, not just your Microsoft estate. So the first thing that I'm happy to share with you is a really cool new program with a bunch of partners we call Secure Hybrid Access. This gives you the way, if you've got, for instance, maybe an F5 network edge, or you're using Zscaler or Citrix or Akamai, to be able to expose your on-premise applications or maybe applications you have lifted and shifted into Azure AWS so that they can now be managed using Azure AD. So the authentication can happen in Azure AD. You can use all the goodness of our conditional access and identity protection systems while sending that user to an on-premise application endpoint that maybe you're not ready to move yet. This is a great complement to our Azure AD App Proxy, and it just gives us a ton of different ways now that you can hook up on-premise and legacy applications to Azure AD and start getting rid of maybe the need to have as many on-premise AD or ADFS servers. We've also made a ton of advances in our developer tools. So today, I'm happy to let you know that the Microsoft Authentication Library is GA for JavaScript, .NET, Android, and iOS. And we've also just turned on previews for Angular, Java, and Python. We continue to push on these libraries. We want to make them as simple to use as possible across the broadest set of platforms and make sure that you can easily bring any application that your company or your partners are developing and hook it up directly to Azure AD rather than having to rely on some kind of third party for that. In addition, we've also made some big advances in other parts of our developer experience. So I'm happy to let you know that as of today, the Microsoft Graph is now a superset of all the Azure AD APIs. So there's no public API for Azure AD that you need to go to the old Azure AD Graph for anymore. You can get to them all through the new Microsoft Graph. That will greatly simplify your DevOps process and also make it much easier to write applications that integrate in a consistent way. And then we continue to push on our developer self-service capabilities. We've just added a new set of roles so that you can delegate to your app development teams the ability to manage their applications. They go into the Azure portal, they can do all the work to get their applications registered, get secrets, things like that, but you don't have to make them the global admin for your tenant anymore. They can just do the app management piece of it. So a really nice way to empower your app teams to go off and get the work that they need to get done while not having to always route through your central identity team. This is all building up to giving us a really great way to bring all of your applications, whether they're HR apps, on-premise applications, web apps, cloud apps that you've lifted and shifted in all of the major cloud platforms, not just Azure. We support Google Cloud, we support AWS, we support SAP Cloud, we support Oracle Cloud. If there's a thing you need to authenticate to, we can get you to it. Bringing it all together in one consistent control plane. Then the remaining question is, hey, how do you make this available to your employees? So happy to let you know that we've just turned on the public preview for my apps. If you saw Kurt Koenigsbauer's session yesterday, maybe you saw a short demo of this, but Sadie's going to give us a walkthrough of the whole thing. This is one really cool way to bring all of the applications in Azure together in one great experience for your employees.
I showed you a quick sneak peek of this in the first demo, but I'm going to walk you through now what My Apps looks like. So My Apps really is the one place where your users can go and access every app that they have access to. It doesn't matter if it's on-prem, if it's SaaS. All of those apps show up here, and they can quickly get access to them. And with this public preview, we've also released a new feature called Workspaces. So Workspaces enable you to create filtered views of the apps that users have access to, so they can quickly get to the apps that they're looking for without having to scroll through this long list of apps and try to find the app that they need. So you can see here I've got a couple of Workspaces set up. And you'll also be able to see these workspaces coming soon in office.com. So if your users are using Office and they want to get their apps from here, they can quickly get to those same workspaces that I just showed you in My Apps from office.com. We've also are working on adding the ability for users to launch both Office and non-Office apps from the app launcher, and you'll see this app launcher across our experiences, making it really, really easy for your users to launch the apps that they need wherever they are. So we're really excited about these app launching experiences. We're also working on other new end user experiences that make it simple for your users to manage their identity. So we recently released My Account. My Account is a place for your users to manage all of their identity information, their security information, their devices, their passwords, their organizations. And we just added in public preview a new capability called My Sign-ins. And in My Sign-ins, your users can see all of their sign-in activity and make sure that they're the ones who are signing into their account and not someone else. And coming soon, you'll also see the ability for your users to report anomalous sign-ins to you so you can keep your organization's security posture high. So we're really excited about these new features. Go check them out, roll them out to your users, and yeah, back to you, Alex.
Awesome. We feel like this really brings our whole vision together, having all of your different employees, partners, and customers in the system, having all of your applications hooked up, and now presenting it all in one really nice employee self-service experience that's well integrated into the office.com experience. There's really no one else who's able to bring all these things together in one place like this for you. Now, once you've got all this, you've got all your users, you've got all the applications, now you want to be able to govern this. You want to make sure that everybody can get to the apps that they need to, but they can't get to the apps that they shouldn't. Now, governance is really kind of a journey, right? Like it's an ongoing set of work to make sure that you're always in a kind of a compliant, secure state. And it takes a bunch of capabilities, right? The ability to manage identity lifecycles, to provide seamless access and requests, and approvals, to make sure that you are managing that life cycle of the approval and automatically withdrawing access when someone changes jobs or at the end of a project, and bringing this all together so that you have all of those controls in one central place. That is our identity governance capabilities, and I'm happy to let you know that the first version of these are now generally available, including our Entitlement Management capability, which lets you create packages of resources, maybe applications and groups and SharePoint sites. You can make those available for users to request access to. They come into the My Access experience. They request access to the portal. There's a workflow to get it approved. They'll automatically get provisioned into those applications. And then at the end of the project or at the end of their employment, they'll automatically get withdrawn. You can even do automated access campaigns based on that. So maybe every 6 months, we have to reattest that that employee still needs access to those resources. All of those capabilities are available today, and they work with the Microsoft Cloud and with any of the third-party SaaS services that Azure AD is hooked up to. And then in the spring, as I was telling you, we'll bring on the ability to do those for on-premise applications with connectors as well. So let's go ahead and have Sadie show you a little bit of the entitlement management capabilities too.
Awesome. So back to my first demo. I'm a supervisor at Fourth Coffee in Seattle, and my regional manager is going on vacation for a couple weeks, and I need to be able to get access to the resources I need in order to do that job while she's gone. So with my access, you can quickly get access to all of those resources in one place without having to individually request them. I can just get them here. So you'll see I can access the regional manager's access package. I'm going to request access for that. And then you can do a couple things here. I'm going to provide a reason why I need access to this. And then because I'm only going to need this access for a couple of weeks, I can just request it for that period of time so that I'm automatically deprovisioned at the end of this. So I'll submit that access request, and then I can either be automatically approved for that access, or my manager or someone else can approve that for me. And once it's done, my access to all of those resources is provisioned automatically. I don't have to wait for it. It's done automatically. And then at the end of the time when I requested it for, I'm deprovisioned, so I don't need access to those resources anymore. So with my access, it really makes it easy to ensure that your users can quickly get access to the resources they need as their positions change or adapt or they take on a new project.
Cool. Thank you, Sadie. Yeah. Really appreciate it. So what's next? We continue to move ahead with the Azure AD App Proxy. You'll see us very soon turn on multi-geo support, so you can route traffic through an Azure data center that's closest to the employee and closest to the application to decrease latency. You're going to see us turn on header-based authentication as well. And in the identity governance space, you'll see, obviously, as I said, the ability to govern on-premise applications, and then a whole bunch of improvements in our privileged identity management system so that you get additional controls and that you can do a better job of mitigating access risk. So with that, now I've got all my different identities, I've got all my applications, I'm governing them well. That sounds really great, but man, the service I'm doing that with better be really reliable and really secure, right? Like, that's at the heart of our vision for Azure Active Directory. So let's invite Nadeem Abdo. Nadeem is my partner in crime. Nadeem is the director of engineering for the service. Hi, Nadeem.
Hey, Alex.
And he's going to tell you about the work we're doing to make sure that you have a highly reliable Azure AD service.
Great. Thank you, Alex, and good morning, everybody. I'm actually very excited to be here today to talk to you about this topic. It's a really important topic for us. And to set some context, I lead the team that both builds and runs the service. That means not only the new capabilities that Alex and the team introduced today, but also the actual infrastructure and the live side 24/7 by 365. And we understand how mission critical Azure AD is to you. We understand not only that every single authentication that we serve for you is a critical function, but also the effect of any outage and the disruption that can have on your business. And at the scale we run at, even an outage that might seem small, 0.5% of our users, can affect literally over 1 million users. And we operate in a world where outages in external systems, in the networks at large, and failure is something that we have to assume and build for and be able to tolerate at any time. So to set some context into how we approach this, I first want to lift the covers a little bit and talk about the service itself. Alex and Joy both shared our business metrics, but let me talk about what's actually going on inside Azure AD. Azure AD is a truly global hyperscale service. It is not only the world's largest enterprise authentication service, it is also one of the largest services anywhere. We process over 30 billion authentications a day. And powering that is the power of Azure, where the Azure AD service is deployed in over 30 data centers and growing rapidly, and at present is running with over 300,000 CPU cores. And that number is expanding dynamically and is able to tolerate any demand. Running a service of this scale, a hyperscale service that is global and mission critical at high reliability, is a very complex task. So how do we approach it? We run a continual program of investment and hardening, and these are the principles that we follow. I'm going to talk about a few of them here today. The first is that the service is built with very high reliability. It is an entirely cloud-native modern service built from the ground up with reliability and resilience at its core. Within each data center, your data is replicated a minimum of 9 times. And your authentication traffic is served by not 1, but at least 4, and in some cases up to 13 data centers in a fully active configuration. The service self-heals and is able to detect faults and route around failures in networking components, VMs, or other infrastructure. And we do this at multiple levels of granularity and scale and continually validate it using systems that do fault injection, all the way to drills that we regularly run, taking out entire data centers in production and ensuring that the service continues to operate with high availability. Our next principle on no single points of failure is one that was informed by some outages that we had in the last calendar year, where we're saying that not only is the service itself internally entirely resilient and has multiple paths of redundancy, but we accept no single point of failure anywhere in our external dependencies. And a good example of work that we've done over the last year and its impact has been in dependencies on external systems like DNS, traffic management, and CDN. For all of those dependencies, we've introduced full active multi-provider support. And that has been illustrated when in the last year, in July actually, there was a large external DNS provider outage, and Azure AD was entirely unaffected because we had multiple paths of redundancy. The next principle is around this idea of safe deployment. Learnings from services across the industry indicate a very high correlation between outages and change. And so how do we manage this within Azure AD? We employ a very rigorous safe deployment process that very gradually rolls out changes with monitoring and gating at every level. The initial phases of which are actually automated tests and then progress on to doing what we call traffic forking, where we take real production traffic workloads and apply them in a way on new changes before they're exposed in production to validate that the changes are behaving exactly as they should. Only then do changes progress in increasing concentric rings, beginning with the identity team ourselves. We expose ourselves to new changes first, and then growing within Microsoft. And at each step, the system is monitored by automated systems and telemetry. We process over 11 petabytes of monitoring telemetry and signals every week. That's petabytes with a P. And to illustrate the value of this and how it helps to prevent issues and outages, even across services, we regularly, and in fact within the last month, caught an issue in what we call our inner ring, which is a 10,000 user slice inside Microsoft, where a new change that was being deployed by Azure AD had an interaction with a change being deployed by the Exchange service. Our monitoring and telemetry detected that that change had a potential impact in some set of scenarios that would have impacted users. The system automatically paused the change. Our engineers were able to monitor it and determine that in fact that change should not proceed. And with simple automation, the change was safely rolled back and the rest of the deployment continued into production, causing absolutely zero customer disruption. These are systems we're continuing to evolve and tune to catch changes as far left as possible, ideally with no user impact whatsoever if there's ever an outage. To talk about our journey that's ongoing and to give some insight into the types of things we're now working on, we have this notion of multiple levels of isolation. So if a fault or a failure does happen, we want to scope it down as much as possible. That goes from various levels of logical isolation all the way to physical isolation that is analogous to the compartments in a submarine or a large ship that are designed to be able to independently flood without either causing disruption to other compartments or the integrity of the vessel itself, or in this case, Azure AD. One of the work areas that we're very, very focused on that we think is going to be really, really key is we're actually increasing the granularity of the physical fault domains in Azure AD. And over the next months, this change is currently being worked on and rolling out. We're going to be going from 5 physical fault domains across the entire service to over 50, with plans to get into the hundreds, to scope down any outage to sub 1% slices of the population. All those changes are great and are designed to minimize the chance of an outage, to reduce its scope, to reduce its duration. But given the mission criticality of Azure AD, we don't stop there. We've built and are now running an entirely decorrelated identity system that has independent failure modes. You can think of this as your dependency on the power company. Even though you assume very high availability, for mission-critical applications, you have a backup system. You have a UPS or you have a generator. This system is running inside our cloud. It is entirely transparent to you. And it automatically and seamlessly takes over if there is ever an outage that has escaped all of the other defenses. It is now running in production, protecting some key workloads. And over the next year, our team is working to expand its scope to give full protection over the rest of the AD suite. There is a lot more going on in this area. It is a top priority of investment for our team. To give more insight, our team is actually going to be starting a blog and sharing more in the coming month. We look forward to your input, to your discussion, and your feedback and your questions. We want to thank you again for your partnership, and we want to continue to earn the trust that you place in the Azure AD service. Thank you again very much. Back to you, Alex.
Great, Nadeem and I share an office, and I'm always like, tell me more, man, that's so cool. So on top of that incredible investment in reliability and those 300,000 plus cores running all over the world, of course you need really great industry-leading security. The first part of our security story is obviously helping all of you get to a world without passwords. Obviously, this is our bets on Windows Hello, our bets on the Authenticator app in a passwordless mode, and increasingly our bets on FIDO2 and a whole set of new security keys that enable passwordless authentication all around the world across many platforms. Today, I'm happy to let you know we have over 100 million monthly active users who have already gone passwordless, and we continue to just push this vision further and further and further. We want to make sure that we can get to 1 billion users who are all passwordless sometime very soon. So let me bring Libby Brown up on stage. Libby is a PM who's been working on driving our passwordless mission for years now, and she's going to show us some of the coolest stuff that we've done recently to enable enterprise passwordless.
Thanks, Alex. Let's see. Getting the right demo machine up here today.
There you go.
There we go. So one of the first things we heard when we launched some passwordless, getting account signed in. There we go. One of the first things we heard when we launched our passwordless initiatives was, that's great, but there's no way I'm going to turn all this on for all your entire tenants. We need more granular controls. We saw this with MFA. We saw this with our self-service password reset sets of authentication methods. So over the past year, we have been working to increase our authentication methods, robustness, and capabilities. And just this summer in public preview, we announced this new authentication methods policy management capabilities. So for our passwordless methods that Alex mentioned, we have FIDO2 security keys. We're giving, for each one of these authentication methods, the way for you, a tenant admin, to enable it for your tenant, and then to scope it to certain users and groups. So only those users, only those groups have access to use those credential types. So for example, for my FIDO2 security keys, I have set up an auth methods pilot. Now, as an end user, that means I can go into my security methods portal. I'm going to use my auth app to sign into this. Come on.
The demo
Wi-Fi. There we go. So what you're going to see is all of the credentials that I, as an end user, have registered and capable to me. So you can see I've got a legacy app password set up. I've got my Microsoft Authenticator that you just saw me use. I also have a bunch of FIDO2 security keys. We're working with multiple partners to bring this hardware to you. This morning, I'm going to show you how to register a Yubico BioKey. We are happy working with our partner Yubico. They have committed to giving us this FIDO2 security key for secure authentication for our end users. And it's really, to create this key, as simple as walking through this basic wizard. I've already registered my fingerprint onto the key. taking advantage of some of the FIDO protocols to go through. And we'll just call this bio key. And that's it. I've created a strong, secure, multi-factor, device-based security key. Now, to prove to you that that was real, I'm going to lock my machine. I'm going to cover up my Windows Hello camera. And we're going to log in with that security key. All I'm using is my finger. I'm going to touch that security key. And I have access, again, to all my apps resources through the seamless single sign-on of Windows and also through the My Apps portal that Sadie just showed you. I have a session tomorrow, Wednesday afternoon at 3:15 to walk you through details, more WebAuthn, more FIDO security key goodness. Thank you, Alex.
Cool. Thanks, Libby. Oh, yeah, maybe we should go back to the presentation deck. There we go. Thanks. As I was saying earlier, all of this is open standards based. So we've made a big bet on the FIDO2 set of standards. That's WebAuthn and CTAP. Those are both standard and final, and lots of different hardware providers are now building all kinds of cool devices. The one that Libby just showed you is a really nice new bio thumbprint from our partners at YubiKey. One of the cool things about the FIDO standard is that you never pass the biometric factor to the cloud. The biometric factor is just used to unlock a secure element on the device, and then what gets passed to the cloud is actually a cryptographically signed nonce, so that the user's bio is very secure. It's sitting there locally, and yet that we're using private key, public key encryption to be able to prove that it really is the user that they say they are on the device that you were willing to let them use, and that it's all tied to the TLS session key as well. So it's really, really hard, in fact, nearly impossible for a man-in-the-middle attack to grab that credential and replay it someplace else. Gives us a really awesome passwordless experience that's super easy for end users, as well as a super secure experience. The nice thing about this is that, look, it's already supported in Chrome, Firefox, and Edge, and there are canary builds of Safari that support it as well. And Windows 10 is a certified FIDO2 security key, and Google is rolling out support in all of the new Android devices as well. So this is a very, very broad set of standards. It's being adopted widely across the whole industry. You'll see every major browser and every major platform supporting them very, very soon. And I'm happy to let you know today that our support for FIDO2 in hybrid deployments, so not only to your Azure AD, but also to your Active Directory on-premise, is now in the insider builds. And you should expect to see the service pack as a public preview of this coming in Q1 of this calendar year. Right, so really expanding that ability to do passwordless authentication everywhere and get rid of the #1 way that enterprise accounts and compromises happened. Of course, all of this is backed by our conditional access and identity protection system that lets you express all of your different conditions for what kind of device and what risk level you're willing to let people access which kinds of services with. And this works with any service hooked up to Azure AD. The amount of data that we're processing here has gone up unbelievably. We now have 171 terabytes of data a day that flow into the Azure AD Identity Protection Machine Learning Service. We've used that, and now we're making all kinds of improvements based on the things we've heard from you. My favorite improvement is that in our conditional access system is a thing we officially call report-only mode. Internally, I call it don't fire me mode. All right, because if you're an identity admin, there's about 20 ways to get fired and only 1 way to get promoted, right? So this takes away maybe 3 ways to get fired. The report-only mode lets you design a whole set of conditional access policies and then deploy them as a pilot. And rather than them being enforced, all you get is reports that show you who would have been blocked and why. So you can very safely try out a new set of conditional access policies and make sure that the CEO didn't accidentally get blocked when you didn't mean them to, while you're working on improving your security posture and keeping yourself very happily employed in your job. In addition, and it's not on this slide, we also just turned on support for getting your policies through the MS Graph. So there's now a whole MS Graph API. You can write and read policies for your conditional access system from it, and that gives you a nice ability to do things like source control, for instance. If you want to have, if you want to put all your policies into source control, that's probably a really good idea. We've also just finished a whole refresh of the identity protection system, so this gives us a very modern, updated UX, much easier to navigate, much easier to figure out what's going on and see all your data. A whole set of new APIs for hooking up to modern SIEMs, so you can hook up to Splunk or things like that. But we also have built-in Azure Sentinel integration, so no need to do any extra work if you're using Azure Sentinel. All of your Azure AD identity protection services show up there. And a whole bunch of improvements in the risk assessment and policies. In fact, we've brought our false positive rate down over by 70% by bringing in a bunch of new signals from across Microsoft. We're adding new detections almost every day. In fact, over the next 2 months, you'll see us add 13 new detection types, and then a whole bunch of improvements in our machine learning and UEBA systems. What's next? For passwordless, you'll see us continue to push ahead on that credentials management capability. One of our goals is to let you take any of the different types of credentials that Azure AD supports, order which order you want to take them in, and assign them to different groups of users so that you can then have a really flexible way of deciding how you want to do authentication. We're going to do delegated employee onboarding. We're going to do credential recovery. And then finally, in the conditional access system, you'll see us adding in the ability to specify Microsoft graph scope policies. So rather than just the product or workload, you'll be able to specify the specific graph scopes that you want to use. You'll have conditional access for credential management and for PIM. And then finally, a whole bunch of additional signal integration across the whole Microsoft 365 suite. This is the core of our promise to you, is that you will always get industry-leading security built on an incredibly reliable, high-scale service that you can depend on. So to wrap up, today we talked to you about managing all your identities in the cloud and all of the new ways we've made available to get your identities in. The ability to govern all your apps in one place, including your on-premise applications. And then finally, all of the work that we're doing around world-class reliability and security to make sure that once all those identities are in there, you can do a great job of running a secure, compliant enterprise. Thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it.